Hello everyone, my name is QuadLy and welcome to another Warframe guide today on the Exploiter Orb, a boss that will take you quite some time to kill. I am trying to be as objective as I can in my guides just because no one wants to be, oh, this is the best way there is, we want to see all the ways, but for this boss fight, it is my favorite one, and it will take quite a lot of skill to actually defeat it, so you really need to prepare for this one. In this video, we will first go over how to actually get to it, then how to initiate the fight, and then how to destroy it, and at the end, we'll just look at her drops, but as I said, first, how to actually get to her. To initiate a fight with the Exploiter Orb, there are two requirements. First one is quite easy, and that is diluted thermia, a resource you can get by closing thermia fractures. I've done a guide on it already, so be sure to look for it in the upper right corner, but to be just very quick, you need to close the thermia fractures by the coolant from the coolant arachnoids, which are near the Temple of Prophet. It is pretty easy and a straightforward event, but yeah, let's continue. The second requirement is being rank 5 with Solaris United, and you also need to know where Vox Solaris is. It's in the back room of Fortuna. And the third, which is not a requirement, but a weapon loadout you need. When modding your weapons, try to mod them for either huge amounts of toxin damage or radiation and magnetic damage. Most of the actual fight will be against the coolant arachnoids, which are weak to exactly those three status types. If you also bring a weapon that doesn't have to be too precise but does a huge amount of total damage and has a decent fire rate, be sure to mod it for corrosive damage. We will use that against the Exploiter Orb herself. For Warframe, I would choose any that are focused on survivability, just because damage the Exploiter Orb does is immense. That is, if you become staggered in the open and, well, you're dead then. Also, you need to be very careful of the small arachnoids, which I right now forgot how they are named, but they deal a lot of slash damage, so you need to prepare for that as well. And those are actually all the requirements. When you reach all of those requirements, you can then go into the back room to the table where Unico and Business are, slam on it with your hands and demand you want to fight the Exploiter Orb. In a heist. Yeah, just click on the bounty and go outside. When outside, you will need to go to Deck 12, the location where Solaris United once thrived, but no more. It is located on the right side of the map in a cave. It is quite hard to spot it at first, but once you find it once, it's quite easy. Go inside the cave and through the gates, and then you're in the destroyed city. There, you will find nothing but a few levers at the end left side of Deck 12, where the vent kits used to be. Pressing X on the thermia condenser will use up one of your diluted thermias, and also start the boss battle. As soon as you can, take cover. The Exploiter Orb is coming. As soon as you can, take out the rocks she is clenching on with her spider feet. She will fall down, and here is the real time to destroy her. As soon as she is down, she will start summoning the little green arachnoids. These guys are quite nice to farm up if you are interested in lesser toroids, but let's continue with our fight. They also deal a lot of slash damage, as I said before, so you really need to watch out. The first step is easy, destroy the vents. There is 4 of them on each side of the Exploiter Orb. Okay, for real now, I'm just going to stop calling her Exploiter Orb and just call her E from now on because I'm lazy. Okay, when you destroy one of the E's vents, she will move to the other side of Deck 12 and start shooting you. Her turrets do a lot of damage and you really need to watch out and move constantly. But if you look at the vents now, they will be frozen over. And you need to melt that ice. To melt the ice, we will need thermia canisters, which are actually dispensed on each side of Deck 12. As far as I remember, there is 2 dispensers on the bottom floors on the sides towards the middle, and 2 dispensers on the upper floors on the balcony. The thermia canisters will respawn, so in case you miss, it isn't that bad. Okay, back to the throwing the canister. Pick the canister up and go near E. Now you just need to yeet the canister and hope you hit her in the vent for bonus points. You don't have to hit her directly in the vent, but it does melt the whole ice cap, I guess, from the vent if you hit the actual vent. If you don't, just a half of it will go away. When you think you will hit the vent, press the middle mouse button and you will throw this. When you melt all the ice off the vents, they will actually start glowing a bit in white, so you need to destroy them. Then we go to the next step. She will move over the Deck 12 and spawn some coolant arachnoids in the middle. Now you just need to kill those coolant arachnoids. They are not that hard to kill, but yeah, just kill them. And when you do, she will move forward again, and now it's the time to destroy another vent. The last one actually. When you destroy this one, she will move away and go outside again, and you have to go outside as well. To backtrack a bit, I know that this is quite hard if you're doing this the first time, so this might take you a little bit longer than usual, but for real, you will get better. I am soloing this easily in 20-25 minutes sometimes, so yeah, it is not that hard. When you come outside again through the cave, your patience will be tested, and also skills. You will be roaming around and blabbering nonsense as usual, and what you need to do is follow her and kill the coolant arachnoids that are refreshing her with their coolant. If you kill a arachnoid, a coolant canister will drop, which is the key to your success. The coolant canisters will drop only from the arachnoids that haven't actually shot their coolant at the Exploiter Orb. Now that you actually have the coolant you need, you will see that at some point E will start smashing the ground and thermia fractures will just appear out of nowhere. Use the coolant you have to close the thermia fractures and then throw that thermia at E. This will permanently increase the rate at which E overheats. If you shoot the canister in midair near E, the rate should be twice as fast than if you just throw it at her. So yeah, what you need to do is just kill the arachnoids, get the coolant canisters, make thermia, and then throw it at E, and that's pretty much it. When E overheats, you then need to jump at her, and there will be a cool animation of you destroying something from E, and then you just need to shoot at that hole that fire is being spewed out. So yeah, that's pretty much it. You need to repeat that 2 more times then, so 3 in total. When you destroy the head of E, she will just murmur a few words and then drop the loot. Now, this is important. As soon as you see the icon for loot, pick it up and run the hell away as far as you can, because a nuke is going on in the valleys. Yeah, E explodes. But yeah, that is actually it. We're done with the boss fight, so now let's go and look for the resources and other stuff we can get. First is the parts for Warframe called Hildryn. An awesome Warframe with some unique mechanics, not having energy but using her shields instead. I myself haven't really played her much, so I don't really know what to say about her, but if you're a viewer and you are watching this and actually main Hildryn even, be sure to write this down in the comments, because I really want to see some good builds or something that are actually fun. The second drop is the Lazulite Toroid. An extremely useful toroid. It gives you 12,000 standing for Vox Solaris, and it is used to craft Hildryn as well. 6 Lazulite toroids in total, and you just don't need them for anything else right now. Besides the toroids, you will also get a buttload of resources from mining and fishing in the Orb Valleys. This way of mining and fishing is true a lot more uncertain of what you can get, but Jesus, you get a lot of good stuff. And it is probably quicker than mining and fishing as well. If you are Captura head, you also get the Deck 12 Captura scene from her, and 2 Ephemera blueprints if you want, Freezing Step and Shocking Step, quite nice ones if you ask me. The Freezing Step and Farah, I really don't know how it looks like, but the Shocking Step is quite nice actually. But yeah, besides that, there is really nothing else you can get from her. It is an extremely awesome fight if you ask me, one of the best ones in the game, but it is quite long, and just to keep it real with you, it is much easier than the Exploiter Orb. Exploiter Orb is freaking hard, and you actually need to prepare really hard for it. But for this one, you just don't need to that much. But for real now, this is it. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments. I read every single one of them, and most of the time react as well. So yeah, please like, comment, share, or maybe even subscribe as well. And have a nice day. Bye guys.